In a world that seems so hellbent and determined in destroying us, it's nice to just be able to escape into a different world. Gone is the world of pain, stress, anxiety. Instead, we're in a world of adventure, beauty, and mystery. The Zelda series for me has been able to deliver that experience on multiple occasions. I'm never really going to have the words to express how thankful and grateful I am just for this series' existence. But I'm going to try anyway, because my motto is... Shit, what's my motto again? I don't know how to make videos, but I do it anyway. Oh, the mic's still on, shit. There's something about the Zelda series that just manages to just, not just grab me into the world, but like, choke slam me into the world. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the combination of the world and the music and just the overall sense of adventure it gives that just really, really makes me feel like I'm in the world. Generally, when I play Zelda games, I like to be in the mood to play them. Like, if I'm in the mood to just play a quick couple minutes or something, I'm not going to play Zelda. I'm going to go to Mario Kart or Smash or Splatoon or something. So when I go to play a Zelda game, I generally feel like I'm going to sit down and have the time to be transported to that world. And the games just do that. They just deliver on it for me across all the games. They really do make you feel like you are living through the legend. There's just so many epic moments in these games which have given me like so many goosebumps. I'll just give one example. Spoilers, by the way, for Breath of the Wild, but the very final boss of Breath of the Wild, just the fact it's in the open grass area of Hyrule that you've been exploring the full game. There's this huge monster. Ganon is absolutely huge, looming over you. You have the epic music. It's like a remix of the main team mixed with some of Ganon's team, and it's just done really well. And it's just it all comes together so well. You have, of course, you have Link riding around shooting the arrows at Ganon, and you have Zelda's voice in the background, you know, telling you to go on. And there's this one line from near the very end of the game. I think it's just before the final boss, which is just one of my favorite quotes from any video game ever. And Zelda, just before you fight the final boss, Zelda says,
"But courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten."
And look, I love that line because obviously you have the whole Breath of the Wild thing of Link losing all of his memories, you know, and regaining them. But it's just a really good line. I like that quote, and that's just one example from one game. There's more examples alone from Breath of the Wild. If I dived into the other games, I'd be here all day talking about them. Just the atmosphere of the games. Take Ocarina of Time, for example. I personally played the one on the 3DS, but I can't get footage of that because I don't have a good way to capture 3DS. So here's N64 Wii U Virtual Console footage. But it's just the music playing and just the I don't know what it is, man. It's just so good. It really makes you feel like you're there. If the Mario games make me feel like a child because I'm reliving all of that childhood happiness, then the Zelda games make me feel like a hero I dream of being during my childhood. So they both kind of bring me back to my childhood, but in different ways. The amount of different art styles too throughout the series, like I love Wind Waker's art style and Breath of the Wild's art style, but they're completely different. So is Ocarina of Time, so is Twilight Princesses, so is A Link to the Past. Obviously it's a top-down 2D game. The sense of progression you get from the game too just really makes you feel like you're actually making some progress, you know? Similar to Metroid, you collect items, you know, you get more powerful, and these items are used in, you know, dungeons and boss battles and stuff, and that's just really cool. I really like, you know, collecting your items, seeing you get more powerful. I still remember the first time I started up Breath of the Wild. I went to a store at midnight to collect my Switch and Breath of the Wild, which was the only game I got. And I went home, I set it up and everything. I plugged it into the TV. I just played through the very first few minutes of the game where Link wakes up, and just walking out of that cave and just looking at the sheer scale of the world just blew me away. And that game just the size of the world in that game was just enough to grab me and throw me into that world, and it's just such a good world to be in. Just exploring the world of Zelda games is just truly amazing. Not just Breath of the Wild. Admittedly, that is a huge world, and that is the one I've spent the most time exploring. But it could be sailing the sea in Wind Waker, exploring Termina, exploring Hyrule, the many different variants of Hyrule, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, you know? And of course, the dungeons. I love, solving these puzzles and using items, and it just feels good to get a new item and to use that item to solve a puzzle or something, in a dungeon and defeat the boss of the dungeon. It just feels good. Whenever I do end up beating a Zelda game, I always feel good about beating it. Some other games I can brush off, like some platformer games and stuff, that you could beat in a couple hours, you kind of brush it off, but you really feel like, at least in my opinion, you really feel like you've done something, like you've completed an adventure and it's not just a game. I don't know, maybe I am insane. And the music too, across the series you've just so many freaking good songs. You have Gerudo Valley, Hyrule Field, the main team from Breath of the Wild, Rivali's team from Breath of the Wild, Clocktown from Majora's Mask, Hyrule Castle is a really freaking good theme. There's just so much really good music in the game. A lot of people would argue, escaping from the real world into other worlds via video games, whatever, is a bad thing, but I think we all need a bit of it sometimes. I think everyone does it. Like I said in my Smash Ultimate video, whether you find that through books, movies, drawing, singing, music, video games, whatever, I think we all need a bit of it in our life. Because the real world is scary, man. And one of my friends recently just got Breath of the Wild for Christmas, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to see what he thinks about it. He's loving it so far, which I'm actually really happy about. And he hasn't beaten it by a long shot, like it's a long game, but he's enjoying it so far, and I'm helping him out with it a bit, And it's just really cool to see someone else get into the games I love, Sometimes I'll just open up a random Zelda game like Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time on my 3DS, and I'll just explore the world. I'll just run around in the world or sail the sea or ride on horseback listening to the music play and just forget about whatever I'm worrying about, And that's something that not a lot of other games can do. I love video games, and I have fun with a ton of them, but not all of them can bring me into a world and make me feel the same way the Zelda series does. So for that, I just want to thank the Zelda series and everybody who works in it, because it's a freaking good series, man, and I love it. So with that, I thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Hope you enjoyed, and ciao.